Walking to the lift and bumping into Alice Creek and suddenly thinking, oh my god, you were the woman that was in Ghost Story that scared the bejesus out of me, you know. It's actually fantastic.
So far we haven't been able to experience much of it. As soon as we got in today, we've just been swamped. I think we moved about 5 feet. Yeah. So we got from the door into the desk, that was it. Yeah. But I'm sure we'll actually enjoy it once we get into the arena. I really want to meet Apollo Creed. I really want to meet Carl Weathers.
Well, the highlight is just being here, you know, and experiencing it. Really, really warm people. It can be intense sometimes because the hours are pretty relentless when you have, you know, people who are constantly coming up. You know, most people actually ask the same questions that I've heard for my entire career. But still, when people are warm and friendly, then it's a great experience.
Everyone's been really beautiful and sweet, and I love all the other guests that are here too. It's been a really good time so far. And now with social media, you know, you can have conversations on Facebook or Twitter, and then they can meet you in person at a convention if it works out that way, and that's a really fun experience too.
When people who don't come to conventions find out that you're going to one, the first question they always ask is, do you have to dress up?
All the guys from Predator, all the guys were here yesterday. They were great. I mean, it was very unique. It looked like the real deal from the movie. Very impressive. The Batman guy yesterday was good, with Superman walking around, and it was a lot of fun.
The red Dalek was amazing.
It is a full-size Dalek from the sci-fi show Doctor Who. I've been completely full-size. I hop inside him and I'm sitting inside a little seat. And I wired up to like a voice modulator over the headset on, obviously I can do the voice and everything. Well, the original shell was done by a friend. It took about 5 or 6 months and it was done on the cheap. But then whenever I spent about 6, 7, 8 months doing it up, basically adding all new stuff and basically all electronics and things like that, and a new paint job.
Cosplay this year again has been ramped up. Everybody's really making a massive effort. Everything from Batmans to Pinhead to Michael Myers to other Iron Men. Yeah, the cosplay's been fantastic this year.
Just every time I went to a con, it just gave me an excuse to dress up. So it was another excuse to have a Halloween that was, you know, more than one day out of the year.
Yeah, every time we go to a convention, every time we go out or go to one of these big events, we want to build up from there. We're not so happy with our costumes, so we're now building up and building up. And now we're here at this standard we are now.
The majority of real cosplayers would, you know, make their own stuff as well. But then it's all about just finding the right pieces and putting them together. But like, don't rush it, because then, you know, if you're rushing it, you won't be happy with the end result. Like what I did and what we mostly do is take our time. And, you know, the end result is very nice.
Finding all this stuff online, finding it locally is very difficult, so we have to go overseas. We're talking Italy, America, Japan, China, different places like that where they'll actually deliver. This helmet is from Italy. The shield is I made myself, actually. The rest of the uniform all had to be specially tailor-made, so it would actually have the look and carry the look of Captain America with me.
I said about 3 years ago, I came to Comic-Con and I was like, I am not wearing a costume, I'm going to be a prop. I'm going to go do Comic-Con. When I arrived, I saw everybody else in the costume. I was like, I'm a prop, I'm going to use my jeans. From now on, I'm going to do cosplay. And I've slowly built different cosplays through the year.
I've done Batman, I've done Wolverine, I've done like Tom Baker, I've done Joker, I've done a few bits and pieces over the years, some bigger than others.
Sales have been good, and for small press, the sales are what matters at a convention, you know, and you get to meet interesting people.
The organisers, they know that it's worth bringing people over and it's worth trying to set up this kind of event. There's definitely enough people that seem to enjoy it, and I mean, it's got so much bigger this year than what it was last year, so if it keeps following that trend, I mean, we're going to have a really nice event over the next couple of years. Sitting in the green room and chatting to Vasquez and Drake out of Aliens, absolutely bloody brilliant. I mean, it's that weird thing where you're just as much a fan as anybody else, you know, and these things that were, you know, favourite films that you watched over and over again, and then you're actually sitting talking to the people. It's fantastic.
Everyone always has a good attitude.
Doesn't matter who they are, what age they are, when they come to something like this, even if they haven't known what to expect, the smiles start to come over the face. They forget about the crowds and the long stands. It's like having family that you actually like from the first day. It is just glorious. It's like, you're going to go and visit your uncle. Oh, do we have to go today? It's like, we're going to go and visit your uncle. Yes, I'm already in the car. Let's go.
Even if you have like a cheap costume, £20 or £30, give it a go. Get up to a con, because this is where you get to meet loads of new friends, new people. It's good crack.